reboot. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, guys.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us at our reboot and rise technology teaching. We are doing a series of teachings this week. We had one yesterday, we have one again tomorrow. So this is our second one where we will be talking about technology and ways that we can use technology to bridge the gap for, building skills for learning and being able to actually land jobs, right? With being able to learn technology skills. Again, my name is Kiana. I am the founder and executive director of Life After Release. And I am so happy that we are actually doing this work. I did a what do you call it, interview today on WPGC. So if you listen to the radio, even if you don't listen to the radio, listen to the morning show tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. You will hear us talking about our reboot and rise technology kind of like event that we're having on Saturday. So this is part of that. This is just the digital version of it, where we will be actually having guest speakers. We'll be having vendors, and we also will be having employers that will be doing some hiring. So this is all a part of our Rise and Reboot Technology Week. So with that being said, I will have folks on my team to introduce themselves, and then we can get started. Okay, and I will pass it to Boom, because Boom is still here. She's a part of the team, but I think she's here to just learn. But Boom can also introduce herself.
Hey, y'all. My name is Boom, pronounced she, her, and Boom, Community Outreach Director with Life After Release. And I'm just as excited to be here as you guys are. I'll pass it to Willie.
Good evening, everyone. Willie Hamilton here, participatory defense fellow with Life After Release. Excited about all this tech stuff. And I'll pass it to Brian.
Hey peeps, my name is Brian, and I am the media guy on behalf of Life After Release, and I can't wait to show y'all some tech secrets.
Perfect. I don't know if Dooney's in a place where Dooney can talk, but Dooney is kind of our mastermind behind a lot of this. Dooney works with us and does a lot of our work around like design and Canva and a lot of our legislative work. And Dooney is just like a lifesaver. We love her. We thank her. I don't know if she can speak right now, but she is on. So yeah. So we're a really small group today, so we're going to be very informal. If you could drop your names in the chat, also how you found out about this, and drop that in the chat so we can move forward. All right, Brian, I'll pass it to you.
Okay. First, we're going to talk about code insecure, empowering our digital future. Welcome to our journey of digital discovery designed specifically for our community. Together, we will explore the power of code and the importance of cybersecurity in our increasing connected world.
Okay, I'm trying to get us to the next. Okay, hold on one second. Having technical difficulties on the tech. Can y'all see my slide? Okay, good. So why is it not going? Okay, there you go. Oh no. No, that's not it. 1 second.
With the
Yeah, I'm hitting the I thought I could hit the oops. I thought, Jordan, you want to help me out? I thought I could just hit the next button or the enter button, and that's not working. So Tony, tell me how to.
arrow, maybe
Huh?
right arrow on the keyboard.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. See? Thank you, tech guy. Appreciate it.
Okay. So now we got objectives and agenda. So what we'll learn today, we will understand coding fundamentals and their real world applications. We're going to master essential cybersecurity practices, and we're also going to explore beginner-friendly programming languages. These are the basic languages that computers speak in. So we speak in English, of course, and our computers and our tech has its own specific language, and they have different languages. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, so why coding matters? Coding matters. Um, it matters for a couple different reasons, or many different reasons, but uh, creative opportunities. We also have languages to explore for the beginners. We also, my bad, I skipped the code and basics. You got to get the basics. After you get the basics down, then you can learn the languages about coding. And we also need to know about cybersecurity essentials during this whole process. And yeah, this is all for your digital future. Okay, so why coding matters? Coding matters because it's an economic opportunity. Tech careers offer some of the highest paying jobs with flexibility. Coding is it's on a computer, so it most likely is going to be remote. You don't have to go somewhere to do coding. You can do it right from the computer that you're on right now. And creative expression, coding is a language, so you can use the language how you like how we have slang. You can do the same thing with coding to make the web page pop up differently than a regular web page. It's different ways that you can communicate when it comes to this technology that we got. And also, we have community solutions. We can build tech that addresses our specific needs and challenges. This one is extremely important because in our society today, we need specific software and knowledge about certain things so we can open up doors for each other, so we can reach each other and come together as community. Uh, I feel like if you learn the basics of coding, that can enter many different doors, whether that's making an app, whether that's making a web page so you can tell people to, look you up for whatever you're doing, because I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own businesses and I need to express that to people, and coding plays a huge role in that. And we also have global connection, just joining a worldwide network of Black tech professionals. It's a lot of us out here. And we're definitely growing because we're dealing with tech every single day. So if you want to be a professional at tech, you can do it too. Okay. Code and basics, like it's cooking. I made this um to translate to cooking because that's something that we're comfortable with. So I feel like maybe I can bridge the gap there by making some references to something that we do on a, everyday life. So I look at recipes as programs. Just as recipes guide cooking, programs guide computers. Both follow step-by-step instructions. Grandma's secret recipes are algorithms passed down through generations. So we also have ingredients, and that's the data. So data is what you work with, like ingredients in cooking. So, you can have data in many different forms and many different ways. One way is pictures. Pictures is a form of data. Texting in the group chat is a form of data. Anything that you input onto your computer can be determined as data in a way. So think of it like that. And techniques equal functions. Functions are reusable cooking techniques. Master them once, use them often. I feel like I hit the nail on the head, trying to reference everything so you can understand it. Languages to explore first. So we got HTML. That's, the www dot whatever website. Um, Apple, everybody is using these languages in one way or another. So we need to think about this as far as, how businesses are using it and other people are using it so we can do the same thing. We also have Python. Python is a beginner friendly with powerful capabilities. It's a coding site where um, you know, where you code. And it's basically uh, symbols and a script for whatever program that you're using. So you'll enter the script into Python, and it will come out as a web page. So, but Python is the tool that's used to, make these sites. And then we also have JavaScript. JavaScript is um, another one, just like Python, that you incorporate the code into the program and comes out as a website.
Okay. Um, I want to facilitate. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Anything? If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. I'm trying to manage the chat as well. But we want to be able to collect your questions. So you can either drop your questions in the chat so that we can be able to answer those questions for you. Yeah, so I just wanted to name that. We don't want you to hold your questions till the end, so you can just say, come off of mute, raise your hand, or do a gesture so that we know that you have a question. So does anybody have any questions up till now? All righty. Anybody learn anything new yet? I did.
Hopefully we learn it, man. Hopefully. It's a lot of knowledge in here.
Willie, you have a question or you learned something new?
No, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Use the JavaScript. I mean, I remember some years ago, I started seeing that when I was on the inside, when I had some illegal technology I ain't supposed to have, right? So I was scared of it because I didn't know like what the purpose was for it. And still even to this day I don't. Can you just like if you can just elaborate a little bit, if you know dealing with the JavaScript, uh what the purpose of it was in using it in this like this field of technology? How does it enhance what we're already doing or something? If you know.
JavaScript, it from my knowledge, JavaScript adds certain elements to a website. So I believe when you incorporate JavaScript into your website, it incorporates like, add to cart and, service, I believe service-based things to the business. I mean,
Okay.
to the website. So
Yeah, because I remember like one of the things I do remember someone saying, like if you had like a bigger, like say if you was trying to look at something on your phone that but the browser or something like that was big, it was really designed for a computer that you can use like the JavaScript to look at that thing or something like that. I think that's what they were saying. I wasn't sure. I don't know. I
So
couldn't
I'm gonna
even.
tell y'all what my experience with JavaScript. So JavaScript is, and we're gonna watch a video in a little bit too.
Okay.
But JavaScript is like, I don't know. Sometimes you see it on like the. Let me see, Brian. I'm gonna see if we can pull it up. I'm gonna see if I can put. If I accidentally like right click on my screen, you can see it, and I'm like, God, get off. And it's like different. It's like green. It has like the different codes, and so like it'll tell your web page like to blink and to do different things. And when I was in college, and Dooney probably can drop some stuff in the chat, and anybody else that's gone to college, our teacher used to she had like certain JavaScript code that we couldn't cut and paste from her. Like we couldn't cut and paste on her thing. And so somebody taught me how to right click and look at the code that she had on that page. I was like, dang, we can't cut and paste. And that was, I was trying to do a little cheating, you know what I mean? And so I couldn't cut and paste it. And so when I right click, let me see if I can do it now to show everybody. But when I did it, they showed me how to go in and remove the code that told that website not to allow us to use the cut and paste function. Like we couldn't cut and paste off that particular site. So they showed me how to go. So all you got to do is right click and go into JavaScript and just remove the code she put in there, because that code told that website what to do and what to allow. And I'm gonna find it. Let me see. I can show you. I can right click on my computer and show. Let me see. 1 second. If I go to it comes up when I don't need it to come up, but watch, it won't come up right now. Let's see if I can go to Brian, you know how to go to it? Is it an incognito window, or I should be able to right click and view page source. There it is. Okay. So you see how I just was on my page, right? And I right clicked my mouse and the JavaScript for that page, for that website came up. So anybody that knows code can actually see everything on this page, right? So this is it really right here. So you have HTML dir equals. It's like it's actually where, what is it? Letters meet symbols meet like formulas,
Yeah, and it come out as a equation.
and it comes out as an yes.
Yeah.
So if you can write code or understand code, I mean, I don't know much about code, but like right here, I can see hashtag background image, whatever this thing is right here. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So it said, I guess it's telling what you want the background to look like. And then it has border, semicolon, none. So there's no border on this page. They tell you the height. So everything about this page has a shell or a skeleton, if you will, that's telling it how to look like that. Does that kind of explain, Willie? And people can do a lot of damage with this because they can write.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it. I see that. Yeah.
yep. Yeah. So okay, Brian, I'll pass it back to you. Let me take this off the screen. Okay, get back to your slide.
Yeah. So you definitely got to get some understanding of coding because yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so my teacher thought she was slick, but somebody taught me. They was like, all you gotta do is right click on the page and remove, cut and paste, remove that. I was like, oh, for real? Save my grade, save my whole grade. So yeah. Can y'all see the slide map?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to the next slide.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, this is one of the more important pages that we need to be aware of. So we have digital self-defense. We need to protect our crown. That's our personal data. That's our digital identity. We have to guard it carefully because this is our money. This is our digital gold, our pictures that we cherish of people. Uh, you know, all that stuff is data. All that stuff should be backed up and it should be secured in multiple places. We need strong passwords as well, strong passwords, and to write them down and, on a piece of paper. That's how I like to do things. That way, if you forget, you got the paper, go look at it when you get home and get your password. And also we need to have our alerts on for our banking apps, for the important apps that we have. Make sure you set alerts on them so we know what's going on, and the app will let you know if somebody messing with your stuff. That's what that's for. And we need those digital boundaries. So we control who we share with. That is a big thing. You don't want to share your information with people that, you don't want to share your information with. It's just that simple. To be honest, you need to keep safeguard, if you ask me, and guard it. Guard it carefully.
Anybody have any questions? And this is important because life after release is actually hacked. One our email account and drove me up a wall. And it was really a scary time. But before I talk, I'll step back a little bit and ask anybody. I mean, anybody on this call has definitely dealt with passwords. I mean, I don't know about anything else on this list, but does anybody have any questions around anything that Brian just talked about before I say a few things?
No questions.
No questions. Okay, I just want to, Brian, can you talk a little bit about, you say it's strong passwords,
Mm-hmm.
but passwords are, I'm very guilty. I've been using the same password since AOL. And it, people always say, yeah, you're gonna get hacked. I'm like, I don't care. My passcode is all over the internet. It is like, it's probably, but I've changed it up recently because I had to, because we got hacked. But it was safe. It was something I could remember because passwords are so freaking complicated. And now they got to be even more complicated because they got to have a symbol and a this and a that. Got to be 13 characters. And so making strong passwords are good. But I have a question around how do we keep our passwords safe if we making these strong passwords that we got to remember? I know I've heard some things around like password keys or like I know Samsung has one. Every time I make a password, like, do you want me to save this in your password key? You know, I'm an Android user, but can you talk a little bit about like maybe like password vaults or other things that people could be using, or you know, free ones?
Those password vaults, like it's okay, but at the end of the day, you're still putting your trust into the software to remember the password for you. So we need to understand that um, it's best if we can not always lean too far on technology. We need to lean on it to a point where we can safely have a balance with it. We want to make sure that we're not overly stepping our technical boundaries. So we need to make sure we're saving passwords physically, and you can do it, with the password vaults as well. But we also need to keep in mind that companies get tested, companies get hacked. Our favorite companies have been hacked before. Data has been sold. It's being done to this day, and it's nothing that we can necessarily do about them getting hacked, but we can constantly keep changing our passwords and, write them down somewhere. That way we are, one step ahead of the curve. If our information gets sold somewhere and we have no knowledge of that, once we change our password, we're one up on, the competition. The competition is the people that want our digital data, and they're getting it through illegal methods, of course, but this is an active thing that's going on. This is a part of surfing the web. That's why we use VPNs, and that's why we take certain precautions when it comes.
What is a VPN? You can't use acronyms without mentioning what they are.
It's a VPN. I'm gonna tell you what it does. A VPN keeps you safe on the internet. So if a website has a virus and you have no clue of that, the VPN that you can get from a lot of different places will protect your computer and your IP address that your computer holds from hacks and data leaks and things of that nature. So
It's a virtual private network. So in essence, Brian told you what it does. Virtual private network that I can turn on and off, that it tell me like it'll mask my IP address to say that I live in Canada, or it will have my IP address pinging or registering in New York or what have you. And so it actually masks everything that you do. And this is why a lot of our young people are getting in hella trouble. We know at a PD, right? Because they feel like, oh, I can go get a text me now. And this is a little bit off, but this is something this is important. They feel like they can go get a text me now because it's not their actual phone number, that it can't track. Like all of your activity online is tracked by what is known as an IP address, right? And so the IP address is connected to your internet. So it's a unique thing. So when they go back and trace what this text me now number IP, they're looking for that social security number or that IP address so that they can trace it back. And I'll tell you, a lot of people have gotten a lot of trouble because they thought that they were safe because they were using these apps, so to speak, to kind of like, mask their identity or catfish or whatever. But once the prosecutors get a hold of it, and they start doing their forensic audit of like where this actually came from, then it just links right back to your phone because it comes through from your IP. It's registered to your IP, your registered IP address. And so what a VPN does, a lot of hackers and different people, so that they're not caught, they mask their IP address by using a VPN. And so that's really important to understand. And to answer the question that Alicia had around organized passwords, one of the better ones to use, and this is for people that actually use a lot of passwords like myself, and you have a lot of things kind of like going on. It's called NordPass, NordPass. It's NordPass. A lot of these things you have to pay for them. They have like membership, huh?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of these things you have to, kind of like pay for, but it's called NordPass. It's like one of the best one. I used to use LastPass. I was using Bitwarden for a little while, but like Brian said, those are not foolproof because LastPass was hacked. and a lot of people's information got, you know what I'm saying? Because if a hacker is smart, they're going to go to a place that they can get a lot of information at one hit, because they only got one time to hit it. So if they can crack it and get it, they do that. And so it's a risk any way you kind of, it makes you less vulnerable, but not 100% safe. Does that make sense to folks? Is Brian, this is got a question. Is our notes on iPhone not protective? Is that what you said? Protective or protected?
The notes on the iPhone being protected, I would I would say the only way it would get compromised if someone had access to your phone. That and police departments, worst case scenario, they have been accessing people's phones. So it's like if it's there and they want to see it, I wouldn't give it to them.
Well, this is getting to know your rights. You're supposed to, police officers and law enforcement are supposed to have a warrant um, anytime they want to intrude on your property, and particularly your phones. Like a police officer cannot come up to you and say, "Give me your phone, to put your password in." Like they can't do that. They do it anyway. If you comply, that's on you. But your next questions to them should be, "Do you have a warrant?" If they say no, say, "Oh, I'm not giving you my phone." If you don't have a signed warrant by a judge, they're not going to give you your phone. A lot of times, people caution around using your face and your fingerprint, because like people can just take your finger or put it up to your police can just put it up to your face and they can use it, go into it. So those are also strongly discouraged. I use it because it's just quicker for me, but you are making yourself more vulnerable by using the password. I mean, the screen, when you look at your face, this recognition, and also you think it's more safe, but it is kind of,
Yeah, that's not safe because for some reason my kids, I don't know if they really my twins, but their faces unlock my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that's a whole nother thing we can talk about. Surveillance, and like the more your face is scanned, and like going to the airports and doing different things, the more they scan your face, the more your face is like, in the system and can get picked up. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily agree. But those, I mean, for folks that want to use a password manager, it's called a password manager. Most of the time you do have to pay a small monthly fee for a password manager. What it is you create one password for the password manager, and the password manager will spit out the passwords and remember it. So you would just have to go to, and I can show y'all, like it's, it just stays at the top of my screen, and it'll just say, okay, Bitwarden will say, okay, here's your password. Do you want to use it? But I'll pass it back to you, Brian. Sorry, I kind of took that over.
I'm definitely a little guilty too, is using that Face ID, even though it's not so safe. But yeah, these are some of the things that we need to be thinking about.
Yep. Sure. Thank y'all. Y'all got some good questions. So I mean, iPhone used to be very not pro police. Like they didn't comply with like subpoenas and stuff like that. But I'm hearing that may be changing a little bit. I don't know. I'm not an iPhone user. I am an Android user. But I don't, I did hear at one point in time that Apple was like very protective of their users' information, is particularly when it came to like police trying to crack the phones and stuff like that. Oh, not anymore. Okay. Yeah. All right, Brian.
Okay, so this is our tech legacy. So we have Katherine Johnson, her calculations for astronauts in space, NASA mathematician who broke barriers, working for NASA and being Black in this time is uh, a very high achievement. So we need to look at the people that done some great things with the technology that we're using right now. It just goes to show like how far this stuff can really go. And then we got Dr. Mark Dean. He worked for IBM and he has 20 patents. And he basically helped create the computer, the IBM computer, which is crazy because now we're building computers ourselves, but he was a part of building some of the first, which is really dope. And we got Mr. Gladys West. Her mathematics helped create GPS. I know y'all might know her. And we use GPS right now off of coding and off of all of the basics that we're learning today.
One common denominator of everybody on this, all three of these, Johnson, Dean, and West, they're all Black. They're all Black people. So Black people are at the head, contrary to what we may, know or understand. Black people have been very innovative in the tech field. And so understanding who they are and, how they're breaking those ceilings and knowing that it's our people that's creating a lot of these things. They may not get a lot of the credit, but it's our people that is actually creating these different systems and codes. So before we go into, is this the last slide, Brian?
Yeah, that's the last slide.
Before we go there, I would like to play a small video about coding. Here we go. Can y'all still see my screen? Let me share let me know if y'all can hear. His accent is a little thick, y'all, but it has words on the screen, so hopefully y'all can still hear.
Google. That's because I did all this with no computer science degree. From the day I wrote my first Hello World program, it took me 2 years to land a job at Amazon and another 2 years to get into Google. That's because I did all this with no computer science degree or boot camp. I made countless mistakes along the way, which made my path to become a software engineer longer than it should have been. I watched countless YouTube tutorials, paid for numerous Udemy courses, and spent hundreds of hours learning things that didn't add any value. If I could go back in time and undo all the things that don't work, I would be in the exact same situation as today within 6 months of starting programming. That's exactly why I made this video. Today, I'll remove all the useless fluff and give you the fastest path to go from a beginner to a full-time software engineer. Before I begin, there are 3 major mistakes that can slow down your progress to become a full-time software engineer. I'll also share these 3 mistakes along the way, so stay tuned for that. As a new programmer, the first decision you need to make is which programming language to learn. To answer that question, let's talk about what a beginner wants from a programming language. Number one, the language should be easy and intuitive to write. It should not require learning any complex syntax. It should be as close as possible to writing in English. Next, the programming language should be versatile and have many applications. As a beginner, you don't want to learn a new programming language for every new project you want to build. In other words, the language should have great returns for the time you invest on learning it. Lastly, the programming language should be fast to write. You shouldn't have to waste time spelling out the declaration of a new variable or simple iteration through a list. In other words, it should be concise and get job done in minimum lines of code. Some of you might have already guessed it. Python is a language that solves all these problems. It's almost as easy as writing in English.
Why did Amazon send me $20,000? Because I use Amazon AI. I'm going to show you a way to potentially make money by pairing.
Okay, lady, we don't want to hear that. Okay, go ahead.
It has so many different applications like web development, data science, and automation. Python is extremely fast to write when compared with other popular languages. That's because it requires less lines of code for the same amount of code. As an example, here is the same code written in Java versus Python. For me personally, I started out with learning Java. I used to do all my coding interviews in Java. Recently, I switched to using Python and it improved my interview performance by at least 2 times because it's so fast to write. Having said that, Java and other popular languages have their own advantages, and you'll have to learn another language at some point in your career. But I do believe that Python would be the best language to start with. Now that we know we should learn Python, let's talk about how to do it. And this is where most new programmers make the first major mistake that slows them down. The mistake most beginners make is that they learn by watching others code. Let me explain this by telling you how most people learn programming. Most newbies would go to a course provider like Udemy and look up for Python courses. Then they pick one of these 20 plus hours courses thinking that these courses are long and detailed and hence good for them. And then they never end up finishing the course. That's because 20 hours of content is not the same as 20 hours of great content. Some people will go to YouTube and watch someone else code without ever writing any code themselves. And watching these tutorials gives them a false sense of progress. That's because coding in your head is very different from actually writing down the code and debugging the errors. So what is the right way to do it? The answer is very simple. You should learn by coding. For this, you can go to this free website called learnpython.org. On this website, just focus on the basic lessons for Python and don't worry about data science tutorials or any other advanced tutorials. That's because even if you learn advanced concepts right now, you would not be able to remember them until you have actually applied them on a real world problem. You can always come back to learn advanced concepts in the future when you need them for your projects. If you look at a lesson, each lesson first explains a basic concept and then asks you to apply these concepts to a problem. Feel free to play with the sample code. Think about other problems you can solve with the concepts you just learned and try to solve them in the exercise portion. Once you are done with the basics, you are good to move on to the next steps. In the spirit of learning by coding, we would do some projects in Python next. In the beginning, it's very hard to do something on your own, so we'll take help from the experts. So go to YouTube and look up this video called 12 Beginner Python Projects by Free Codecamp, which by the way is a great channel to follow. In this video, they built 12 beginner Python projects from scratch. These projects include building Mad Libs, Tic-Tac-Toe, Minesweeper, etc., and all of them are very interesting. They walk you through the implementation of all these projects step by step, making it very easy to follow. But before you start watching this tutorial, there are two things you should know. One, you should not watch this tutorial casually. Follow along if you really want to learn programming and become a software engineer. To follow along, you would need something called Integrated Development Environment or IDE to build these projects. IDE in simplest terms is an application where you can write and run your code. There are several popular IDEs for Python. This tutorial uses VS Code, so you might want to download VS Code and set it up for Python before starting on this tutorial. Once you have completed this tutorial, you are ready to work on your own projects. Working on building your own projects will help you in multiple ways. Number one, it will introduce you to how software engineers work in the real world. You will write code that will fail and you will debug it and repeat it over and over again. This is exactly what a day in the life of a software engineer looks like. Number two, you'll build a portfolio of projects by doing this. You can host your code on GitHub and put the link in your resume. This will help you attract recruiters and get your resume shortlisted. Lastly, building your own projects will give you confidence that you are ready to tackle new challenges as a software engineer. But what kind of projects should you work on? You can think of any projects that you find interesting, but here are some examples I found. You can build a web crawler, or an alarm clock, or maybe an app that gives you Wikipedia article of the day. Some example projects that I built were a spam filter, an algorithmic trading engine, and an e-commerce website. Now you have a great resume and you're confident about your programming skills. Let's start applying for software engineer positions. Wait a second. This is actually the second major mistake new programmers make. You see, in an ideal world, having good programming skills and a great resume is all you should need to become a software engineer. But unfortunately for us, tech companies like to play games with us in the interviews. They ask you specific kind of programming questions in the interviews. If you don't prepare for these questions, you might not get the expected results. So let's see how to prepare for the interviews. All the interviews are based on this one course that is taught to all computer science graduates. This course is called Data Structures and Algorithms. Fortunately for us, Google has created this course and made it available for free on Udacity. And the best part is that this course is taught in Python. In this 4-week course, you'll learn about different algorithms related to searching and sorting. You'll learn about data structures like maps, trees, and graphs. Don't worry if you don't know any of these terms right now. I'm sure that by the end of this course, you'll be a pro. For that, just keep two things in mind. One, be regular and finish this course. As I mentioned earlier, most people start courses and never finish them. So make sure you take small steps every day and make regular progress. Two, make sure you complete all the exercises they give you in this course. As I've already said many times, the only way to learn coding is by doing. So implement the algorithms by yourself if you can, and finish all the assignments. Trust me when I say this, when it comes to interviewing for entry-level jobs, this course is the only difference between you and someone who dropped more than $100,000 on a computer science degree. So if you finish this course, you'll be pretty much on par with someone who has a CS degree when you interview. After completing this course on data structures and algorithms, you have all the foundation knowledge you need to tackle the interviews. In order to sharpen your interview skills further, you need to practice some questions that have been asked by tech companies in the past. For that, you should use this website called LeetCode. On LeetCode, you will get interview style questions. You can write your code and test your solution right there on the website. LeetCode is great for beginners because all the questions are tagged easy, medium, or hard based on difficulty level. If you get a premium subscription of the website, you can also filter questions by the tech company that asked them in the past interviews. You should start with easy questions and keep working on them until you can solve them in 45 minutes. Once that happens, you can move on to the medium questions. When you start solving mediums in 45 minutes, you can start applying for software engineering jobs. If you are lucky, you'll get the job right away. For most people, it will be a process full of disappointment and rejections. And this is where they make the third and the biggest mistake of all. They quit. The main reason people give up early is because they overthink and complicate the interview process. After every rejection, they replay the interview over and over again in their head to figure out why they failed and take every rejection personally. To avoid this, stay inside your circle of control and try to influence the outcome of your interviews, but never get tangled in the things that you can't control. In other words, do your best to crack the interviews, but try to be detached from the outcome of the interviews. If you want to learn about how I became a software engineer without a computer science degree, pause this video at the top. If you want to see my 5 year coding journey in 5 minutes.
Okay, so that was good. Brian, I will.
Can I add to that?
Yes, please do.
So I'm in a boat right now where I am making my website, and
Oops.
I decided that I want to see what Canva had for me. So right now, I'm currently creating a website on Canva, and I think this is a new thing that they have going on. And I believe that you can get a website started for free. So that's a big thing now.
Yeah, I really liked what he had. Before we do the digital journey, I want to hear from folks. What was some of the things from that video that you can, because that you can take that you took away from his video? What are some of the things that you can come off of mute and start telling us what you took from that video or from the class from what we learned so far? Did I see Sylvia come off of mute? Oh no, I thought I saw you come off of mute. I know we had some folks kind of join us a little late, but anybody? For me, what I took away from that is that he said how quickly he could learn that information and be able to get a job without a without a coding degree. And so for me, as a person who I was a career student for 20 years before I finally graduated with my bachelor's in legal studies, it took me a long time. And so, I'm not using my degree today, but I have it. It took me 20 years to get. I started my journey in the secondary education in 1999. I didn't graduate till 2021. Very long time. So for me, I took out of that you don't have to have, like, if this is a self-taught, this is something that you can teach yourself. And it's such in high demand that you can teach yourself this in a very short period of time, and then you can go out and get a job doing it, right? That's what I took away from what he was saying. Anybody else have anything else?
Not only have a job, but just have a skill that can get you paid. Like that's a skill that can translate to a lot of different things, whether that's um, working for yourself, showcasing any type of portfolio of your work, or just being able to pass on some knowledge to somebody else.
Yep.
If
Anybody else? Go
if I,
ahead,
if
Willie.
I if I may, like for me, he made me just a smash midget bit confidence of maybe trying some free coding or some coding or something. I don't know. Just a
Yes.
smidge.
I mean, that
That
video was
yeah
less than 8 minutes.
yeah
Just imagine if you put an hour a day
yeah
into learning, learning that, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
that's what Jennifer, who was not with us tonight,
Hmm.
she's self-taught. She went to school,
Yeah
I think she went to school for political science. Her major was
yeah
political science. And now today she's running code, she's doing AI, she's like, because it's more lucrative in this coding field and technology field, and you can teach yourself. So she's not even necessarily using the degree that she went to school for, because the money is, the contracts and the different things is so lucrative here. And so that's why if you come out on Saturday, we'll have different companies that'll be there, that'll be hiring, and you can get a mentor, you can talk to different folks, and you can understand, like, tech is not degree heavy. You don't have to have a big old degree. I mean, a certificate here or there. But you heard this guy say that he basically taught himself, and he set it up so that you can teach yourself too, right? He started small, right? And so if you just dedicate like 30 minutes to yourself every day to if this is something you want to look into and do, they have free resources like Code Academy, and Free Code Camp, right? What else? Anybody else? Anything else?
It has definitely told me to change all my passwords because, like you said, I have the same ones, and I'm so guilty of that. And I have the face I have everything so, easy for me to just do because I'm just like, why do I need to do that? But yeah, I need to change them. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely working on that.
that's good. That's good. Anybody else?
I had a quick little thing. So you saying basically like how he was saying you don't have to really have a degree for it and everything, but it's kind of scary because like with Trump in the office, a lot of hey, be quiet. I'm sorry, guys. It's like with Trump in the office, he's like making people get laid off because they don't have the credentials. So how do you bypass that?
Trump ain't got. Let's be very clear. That's not what's happening. He's not laying people off because they don't have credentials. Because Elon, I don't. I know Elon ain't graduating nobody's college. I mean, like he had money and stuff like that, but he's not doing. He what he's doing is something totally outside of that. He's not laying people off because they don't have the credentials. And like, to be honest with you, there aren't when you apply for a job, they don't ask you for there's no credentials to ask you for. There's no, if like he said, like if I don't know if y'all caught this, but when you have a tech resume, you put your codes in the resume. You see what I'm saying? You have like samples and things that you put in your resume so they can see how good you can write code, how well can you debug a code. So you have to know the language and know, but it's not because of a lack of credentials. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, I'm going to go be a doctor of medicine. I'm going to try to prescribe people medication and I'm going to be a doctor. Like, you need credentials. You need to go to school for that. You need to know chemistry. You need to know, but in order to make your computer go or to make your website go or to make something blink, or like I said, to take something off of a website, and to be able to use those different codes, that doesn't require that. And most jobs won't ask you. There's no degree to act there. I mean, there's nothing that they can really, they just want to know how you know the code and what code do you know and how do you know that code. They don't want to know, they don't want to know a degree, if that makes sense.
Remember, codes run the programs that we use every day. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all this stuff uses code. Code creates apps. It's a language at the end of the day. So it's a skill that can't nobody really take from you, you know?
Yep.
Can I also add, like I said, don't let Trump scare you. I got
No.
into HR and I had no experience at all. I navigated my way in because you gotta speak for yourself and encourage yourself like, hey, I do have this benefit, this benefit, this benefit. Because at the end of the day, you're talking to people, that's customer service. Always value, like, I don't know how to explain, the word I'm trying to say is not coming out, but like, always speak for yourself and advocate. That's what it is. Advocate for yourself, because at the end of the day, Trump is a felon. Okay, we got a felon in office. Stop degrading yourself. Like I tell women all the time, I tell everybody, do not degrade yourself, because if he can be in office, shit, we could be the president too. I'm gonna let you know that. So don't be scared. I know the news is so crazy right now. I get scared sometimes, but I leave it up to God at this point, because at the end of the day, all we can do is what we can do for ourselves. So just make sure your resume is up to par and advocate. Advocate, yes, I do have it. And don't advocate for like the nursing stuff, because you do need license for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just advocate for yourself. I do got customer service skills. I do have this. And if they don't see it on your resume, that's okay. You said I did a side job. Don't do not degrade yourself. I promise you, these people they're just they flapping their gums. You gonna flap your gums too. We gonna do tick for tack. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
Well, thank you, Alicia. I know we were supposed to meet today, but I was in a meeting and I'm already loving your energy. Come through energy. Hello. Come on, Alicia. Thank you so much.
No problem. I definitely look forward to it though.
Yeah. So how many people do we have on? So the last thing you have here is you know, you want to go over this, and then I want to. I mean, we have a small group, and I want us to spend some time getting to know one another a little bit and to talk about some things. And so I want to kind of like pivot us into that. So Brian, you want to talk about the close us out, and then we can kind of like, yeah.
Um, Closing us out, I feel like we can continuously ask each other questions about certain things, whatever we may be thinking about. You know, we could just open up towards the tech space in general. I'm definitely open for talks as far as, you know, figuring out this tech world. I'm figuring out just as much as y'all. You know, like this stuff changes every day. This stuff advances every day. They got a whole one of these companies just built a town just for the AI robots for them to live on their own. Yeah, and it's a car. I think it's a car maker that's doing it too. I'm not sure the name, but yeah, it's just getting more advanced, more and more advanced. They have robot dogs that you can buy right now, and it will follow you. It will do things. It will do backflips. It's just crazy. Like, really think about that. Think about you having an AI dog in your house.
Wow, I did not know that.
And you can have it follow you. It'll walk through. It can walk upstairs.
Well, I know you're not trading your doggies for no AI doggies.
Nah, we ain't doing that. We gonna stick to the real dogs. I don't know what that AI gonna do, but yeah, I don't have the direct article on me, but I seen it on social media. It may be real, it may not be real. You can't believe everything you see nowadays.
Right,
Yeah.
because they said they had dolls too. Is that true?
Have dolls?
Like dolls, like real human people, but they supposed to be like AI that you could get or something like that.
I know you can get. I know that people are already using the Tesla robots. You know, like Casanet, he streamed his Tesla robot. Kim Kardashian took a picture with her Tesla robot. So this is in our reality now. Like this is not something that's in the future anymore. This is something that's in our current day time, and it could pop up in DC somewhere. You like we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's at least we are aware of these things and we know what's going on, you know? I
The
think
Will
that's
Smith movie did not scare anybody.
I definitely, it definitely showed me some things, but it's crazy to see that movie such a long ago and now it's like, oh shoot, we actually got a Tesla robot now. Like what the heck?
Mhm.
You
Like
know,
the movies be showing us what's coming. Like seriously.
these movies ain't based off of just La La Land imaginary. No,
Yeah.
they're picking this information and they're showing it to you to your face and make you like subconsciously think like, hold on, what you showed me that for? You know, some things you just got to think on a deeper level. It's not always surface. I mean, it's really never surface for real. But you know, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah. So can we we're gonna do like a quick 5 minute. I don't want to lose y'all because it's getting really good and intense, but I'd like to give folks breaks. And so we have a little bit more to go. Um, so let me see. Willie, I have a quick question. Okay, no. Okay, got it. So no, I got my answer already.
But what
So
you was going to say, Keon?
no, I already got my answer from Dooney. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it was just Brian and Jenna, but tonight, not you. So can we take some time and then we can close
What
out
happened?
early? We can close out early before we go into
What happened?
can everybody mute themselves?
Oh, shoot.
Can we take, thank you, Willie. Can we take some time for folks to come off of mute? And this is a security culture. And so, you know, we didn't get to talk about, you know, like security culture, but it's really important. Be very careful on Zooms, particularly, you know, especially when you have open public Zooms like this. So I'm going to ask really quickly. I should have did this at the beginning because we don't know. We can be online with a mass murderer. We could be online with a person that's, you know, here to get information. It could be a bot, you know what I mean? And so like getting information and taking and making us unsafe. And so I just would like to take a moment to for everybody to, you know, come off of mute, come off of turn their camera on. And it's a respect thing too, for a lot of the time. I know we're getting more and more comfortable with like not having your cameras on. When you're in like a job function, when you're like at a job or in school or something like that, it's kind of like you should have your cameras on, right? So can folks come on off of turn their cameras on for a second and just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and how you heard about our about this event, so that we can kind of engage in like some community building. Like where in the world are you coming in from? What part of the DMV are you dialing in from today? And so I'll go again because most of the folks weren't on when I first introduced myself, but my name is Kiana. My pronouns are she, her. I am the founder and executive director of this organization, Life After Release. I founded the organization shortly after my incarceration. I came home from incarceration in 2017, and I started to immediately do this, started to do the work around the work that we're doing. Before my incarceration, I was a federal and government employee for 11 years. And so coming home and doing this work was super, or becoming the work that I do was super, super important to me. And so Life After Release, this is just some of the iceberg that we are starting to build, the bridge the gap between technology and the folks that are re-entering back into society. I will give you a short story. When I came home in 2017, I went to prison in 2015. Prison, not jail. How many folks know the difference between jail and prison? Okay, there's a difference. Jail is when you're, detained, you usually get to go home and go to court. Prison is when you've been sentenced to go to prison. And so I went to prison for 2.5 years. I came home. I don't know if y'all remember those little flash drives. How many folks remember the flash drives? Those little.
I do.
Yeah, so I told y'all, right? Remember I told you I was a government employee. So when I left to go to prison in 2015, I was told I was a flash drive toter. I had, like we had flash drives for everything. I had toted a lot of flash drives. Honey, when I came home, just 2.5 years later, I came home and I started working for a organization, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, just put it on the Google Drive." And I was like, "What the hell?" But I have my flash drive and put it on there. It was like, no, 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 no. They didn't explain to me what they meant when they said. I was like, "What the hell is a Google Drive?" I mean, like people were barely using Gmails when I left. No, people were still using AOL, Hotmail. Like, but when I came home, everybody was on this Gmail kick. It was like, well, I don't want no Gmail. I was like, I'll use my AOL, or I'll use my other. I didn't use Gmail. And so when they came home and it was like, yeah, Google Docs and iCloud, I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And I was only gone for 2.5 years. And so I want to pass it over to Willie to talk a little bit about his technology journey and how that impacted him. And Willie, honestly, y'all, Willie is a large part of the reason why we are actually engaging in tech in the way that we're engaging in it. And so I will stop talking and let Willie introduce himself and tell about his tech story.
So it's going to be funny because she's talking about Google Drives and she kind of traumatized me a little bit. So, but yeah, so just me personally about me, Willie Hamilton. I'm a participatory defense fellow for Life After Release. What brought me to this space and wanted to this Tech Lab Expo, technology, man. That's one of formerly incarcerated individuals. That's one of our greatest barriers coming out to this new world for a person like me who did 30 years. And when I went in, cell phones was too many people didn't even have cell phones. Internet and all that stuff that was non-existent, really. And all that other like Gmails and emails and all that stuff. All that stuff was like non-existent, even flash drives. But what motivated me to come here when I came home and Miss Kiana Johnson, I was working for them and she was pushing me to this Google Drive and these Google documents and all these stuff was like scary as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a touching a newborn child for the first time. You think you might break it or something. But technology is our keys. Learning these passwords and keeping a password for this and uh, uh, double authentication of passwords and all that stuff is crazy, man. So and for us, for those who are directly impacted and been away for a long time, we have to learn this stuff like at a fast pace, or we're gonna continue to be lost. So, wanting to delve into this, man, was like very what I really wanted to do, and I've been getting a lot. And for me, I'm fortunate because I got a village of people who help me, and most people don't have this village. So that's why I think like this expo is so important because trying to bring people in who can ask, if you have questions about anything, here's the place to ask your questions to get more information, and you can carry it on and do other things, right? So that's my experience.
Okay, anybody want to go next? Just a name, how you found out about us, and and any technology stories that you want to tell.
I'll introduce myself again. Hey everybody, my name is Brian. I am the media guy for Life After Release. And a quick tech story about me. In 2012, I created my first video on YouTube. I was 12 years old. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I got on a laptop and I turned the webcam on and I started talking about some shoes. This is in 2012 on YouTube. And if the proof is in the pudding, if you want the video, I can show it, but I don't want to show that video right now. I
Can
have
we all laugh?
it's funny to see myself and I'm like, what was I thinking to even get on a computer and show everybody what I'm like, I'm trying to show everybody what I got. Now everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just funny to see what was going on back in 2012 and to be here now. And 2012, I'm like, what was going on in 2012? Bitcoin was $13 in 2012. Why wasn't I trying to get some Bitcoin? Bitcoin is at $90,000 right now. So that just goes to show this gap and the opportunities that come with this tech space. And the more that we learn is the more that we earn. So it's just like, if we want some more income, this is definitely the place you want to be because guess what? Technology is going to rule at the end of the day. So this is what we keep investing into. This is what all these different races is trying to get at. It's a lot going on when it comes to this tech stuff, when it comes to this data. Our data is so valuable that they are fighting over it right now. So just a little quick, ramble about me. I'm just, letting y'all know some things.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to go next? Their name, where they're calling in from, how they got to know about us, and maybe a tech story about that you want to share. Go ahead, Kiara. Come on off of mute and tell us a little bit.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi, family. I'm happy to see you all. My name is Kiara. I'm a participant of Life After Release. I found out about Life After Release through Mr. Willie Hamilton with the support of my favorite, Boom. And I'm just so happy to be here. I always feel good when I'm here with you all. This is like my family. This is why I'm able to communicate. This is why I'm able to feel. This is why I'm able to get advice and not feel judged regarding my loved one, my incarcerated loved one. So I just always try my best to jump on and participate in the different events that we have because it's important to me. And I just want to make sure that my presence is felt because this is my home. Like this is where we at.
Do you have any tech stories that you want to share with us? Any tech story? It could be anything. It could be when you was 12. It could be it could be yesterday. Just any tech story that you want to tell.
So the only tech stories that I have is currently I'm working in the workforce development organization for UDC, and I see how the IT pathway is developing. So what my organization does, we pretty much offer like free certification and job readiness skills to DC residents, and they get stackable credentials. I've seen people walk in and change their life. I've seen them change their life. I've seen people come in with literally no computer literacy skills and walk out shocked just as sharp as me. They know Excel. They almost can tell me formulas that I partially forgot. They can make PowerPoint. They understand the language that I'm saying to them. And just to reiterate how important it is for technology, I feel like our incarcerated loved ones that's coming home, they need to know how to work this stuff, because it's not going to be pen and paper no more. They don't even do cursive. My signature is still in cursive. Half the time I used to write letters to my husband and he couldn't even read them. He couldn't even read them. He used to have to get, and he was slightly embarrassed, and I probably shouldn't tell y'all that, but he was slightly embarrassed to tell me that he used to have to get somebody to read the letters because I was so accustomed to writing in cursive and he didn't understand it. So imagine code, imagine just basic word, basic computer, basic navigation through IoT, Internet of Things. I feel like it's a strong resource for us to provide them with them skills, and I'm here for it.
Yes, thank you. I learned something about you I didn't know. I'm gonna be tapping into you pretty soon, pretty soon. Anybody
Thank you.
else? Thank you for coming up. Thank you for showing up. Who else want to go next? Anybody want to go next? Your name, your name, how you found out about us, and a tech story if you have. If nobody can tell me they don't have a tech story. If you tell me you don't have a tech story, you is not telling the truth. Because I went from I'm 44 years old.
I can go next if you like me to.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm Ariel. I'm not pronounced as she and her. I came to life after release through Miss Martinique. Right now I'm a volunteer for you guys, and I just want to say how grateful I am for you guys, for your expungement clinic. You guys helped me out a great deal, and I'm very appreciative of all the services that you guys have to offer. I'm grateful for the laptop that I just received on yesterday. Thank you so much, you guys. I can't wait to see you guys in person on this Saturday. I'm grateful for the workshops that you guys have for us. I'm grateful to be a part of a great team of ladies who are very influential and help a great deal in the in the different communities, as well as with the women who are formerly incarcerated and have been released. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of you guys and helping in any way that I possibly can. Thank you so much.
Ariel, do you have a tech story?
My success story. So I got accepted in the culinary
A
school.
tech story, a tech story.
Say that one more time.
Do you have a tech story?
Technology story, anything that had happened recently or in your past where you had a problem with technology.
Oh yeah. So just now, my signal keep dropping. Every time I get on here in these groups, my signal drop, girl. It's like they don't want me here. I keep dropping. But no, a few moments ago on Cash App, someone tried to send me some money, and I don't know if someone has stolen my information or something like that. But there are two different Cash App profiles, and when people send me money, I have to inform them that the other profile is not mine. And there was an incident where $30 was just sent, and it was sent to someone else who wasn't me, and they almost did not get their money back. And I felt bad because I didn't want the individual to think that I may have taken their money or something of that matter. But they did just request a refund and was able to get their money back. But we have to be careful with using Cash App. I mean, there is a settlement out right now where you can get money or whatever for the discrepancies and everything that's happening with the data breaches and everything. So I think I'm about to stop using Cash App and go over to Venmo or PayPal. So yeah, and that's me. I'm Ariel, and thank you guys for everything.
That's a good point. I know Ariel didn't mention this, but I heard access to technology, right? Um,
Yeah,
Access to technology, Life After is able to support and getting you a laptop, right? Or getting you, so you need to have access to technology. So it's a one thing to have the technology. Then I also heard you talk about the Wi-Fi. Yesterday, Brian Brian talked about how to strengthen your Wi-Fi, how to strengthen your signal, how to get boosters throughout your home, because sometimes you have dead spots in your home or where you are. And so you can get boosters. And what were some other things that you were talking about, Brian, about how people can boost their Wi-Fi, their range? You're muted.
I know that when it comes to Wi-Fi, it's a lot of different things that can interrupt with that, whether that being a lot of devices being on the network. If your buildings can intercept, like if you go from one building to the next, obviously it's not going to connect. it's just certain things that prohibit the connection to be as strong as it needs to be.
Wiring, because I got poor wiring in my apartment. Kiana can tell you every time it rains, she be like, "Boom, ain't gonna get on." She sound like she underwater.
That's what I just said. The weather,
Yeah, weather, poor wiring,
the trees.
I know when I used to live in Laurel, they had Sprint. I had to call Sprint because I had Sprint at the time. And Sprint, if you call your provider, you tell them that you have poor signal, and like you pay for your phone service, they will send you out for free. What is it? What was it called? A signal booster or something that I had to plug up and keep in my home. And now
Extender.
yes, a Wi-Fi extender. And a lot of your providers will give you that for free if you call and complain like hell and advocate and let them know, like, I'm paying for my service. I was like, I wanted to cry. I can't even talk on my phone in my house. You know what I mean? And at the time I had a loved one that was incarcerated, and like when they called, I needed to be able to talk to them. You know what I mean? And so like it was a big barrier for me. So call and get an extender. But thank you for your technology story. Anybody else?
I guess I can go. So my name is Alicia Georges, like Prince Georges. I'm in Bowie area. How did I find out about life after release? Willie, of course. Everybody's saying it. So yes, he had reached out to me on TikTok. Not too much. I am still fresh. I'm still new, but I actually launched my business. It was I've been doing it since last year, but launched it this year. Helping support people getting jobs, figuring out how to navigate what they need to build themselves up to be, what you say you're on your resume. So building your character. So I've been a career coach for 2 years and I'm so proud of it. It's my passion, my drive, my livelihood. I help so many people, even if I do it for free, because I work with two nonprofits as well. One that's a nonprofit that helps young moms as young as 12 years old. And also I'm a scholar for another nonprofit that helps mothers get through college if they have their kid young. So yeah, I do this for a living and I'm so proud of it. I advocate all the time. Like, you are who you say you are and keep on promoting that and advocating that. And I did want to tell Ariel, congrats on your culinary, because yeah, a lot of people don't want to, do them things. So congrats. I know we wasn't talking about that accomplishments, but congrats. And my tech story.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What is my tech story? Lord, I want to say I don't have one, but I can't say that. Oh, I guess I could say when I first got my MacBook, that was like a long time ago. I was like trying to figure out how to navigate, and I realized you had to use two fingers instead of one finger, and I'm like, why do I need two fingers? I need one finger. And then I realized you got to do that. So it's like, oh, okay. And then yeah.
And that is why I hate Mac products, because I still don't know how to use a two finger. I can't. I gave my son still can't work a Mac. Thank God I'm a Google Chrome. Anybody else?
My
I
name is
can go.
Calvin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Sylvia Daniels, and I'm from the DC area. And I learned about this organization from my two favorite ladies, Miss Boom and Miss Kiana. And my tech story is Mr. Willie. Is that Mr. Willie when he said the two authentication codes? So my son, he had broke my phone, and I had my two authentication set up, thinking that, okay, well, since I got two, then I got this. I know how I get all my information back. Sadly to say, I couldn't get all my information back. So that was my tech story. So I had to start all over fresh. And then with this signal thing, like Miss Ariel said, for some reason mine keep going in and out. And then when I re-download it, I lose everything. Like all the conversations we had, everything. I just got to start all over fresh.
Are you talking about not Signal the app, but you're talking about Signal, like, okay, Wi-Fi Signal?
No,
Okay.
talking about Signal the
Yeah,
app.
Signal the app, because I don't know if it's like a signal thing with my phone or my laptop, but it's like it just completely deletes everything.
The only thing I know about Signal when you come back in, like I have my phone, right? And if I try to download on a computer, it recognizes me and lets me back in, but it won't show me everything that I've already recently seen on my phone. That much I know, and I think that's because of the safety that the security apps that they have. Because if you sign back in, like when you sign back in, you said, Miss Boom, I can't get in. It told me that your number had changed. So it told me like you have an authentication code, and it said that it had changed. So if I wanted to accept you into that group, did I want to accept the fact that you had changed your code? Yeah, of course, because I knew you had already told me that you couldn't get in and you didn't know what had happened. Signal was acting wacky that week. Mm-hmm.
I thought she was talking. Okay, so I
Now
got
she ain't talking about the Signal in there. She talking about Signal. She talking about the actual ad, and that was shortly after Trump. After they said them people was on Signal talking, then she had the problems.
wow. Okay. And Mr. Calvin, you've been Mr. McNeil, you've been really quiet. You want to go next?
Okay. Name is Calvin McNeil. I heard about the group through Anthony Muhammad and Willie because they sent me a text concerning the group. I'm an advocate because me and Willie we're in a lot of groups that help guys come home and all that, return citizens. I'm also an advocate. I do consultant work for the ACLU, prisoners, helping guys and people get jobs and get lawyers to help them come home. Cause I've been home 5 years now, and when I went to jail, it was only a pager.
Pages. Oh man,
Just a pager.
yeah.
Just a pager and the street phones. It wasn't all this technology and stuff now. And I am still learning how to navigate myself through this.
Tell me how much time you did, Cal.
Oh, I done 40 years. I went to jail at 16 years old. Yeah, I've done 40 years, so I'm
so happy you back, Mr. Calvin.
Thank you. So
Wow.
I'm still learning how to navigate myself through these phones and through these computers and all that.
Well, I'm happy to see you got an earpiece over there. You learn how to navigate that earpiece.
Well, that comes from my brother. My little brother helps me with a lot of it, and my stepdaughter, she helps me with a lot of it.
Yeah, that's a lot. I can only imagine because I had a pager. I had, our pager bill was only $8 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Go right up to the Motorola and pay our pager bill, and that was life.
That was it.
And so now we got all these different things and apps and different things, and like, whoo, we had a pager, and then we would go to the payphone, put 25 cents in the payphone.
There you go.
Number back that page, just say, hey, you paged me, what's going on? That's how we communicated with one another.
That's how it was.
If that's what was going on when you left and to come home to all what's going on, I can only imagine the type of, woo.
A lot of headaches.
I know you get frustrated. I'm gonna give you my number. You need to just call me like, listen, this is a lot. But I'm sure Willie helps you out a lot too. So thank you so much for coming out tonight, because that's exactly why I'm doing this. Is because of guys like you. I didn't do a fraction of the time that you did, but I still was impacted, right? Impacted.
Right.
We have to start to build this gap. And so Life After Release is taking the bull by and we're moving this needle forward.
And I'm gonna add a little bit. I was one of three. We filed a lawsuit in 2016 in the state of Maryland. I am one of the reasons why a lot of the juveniles now are coming home. Because if we wouldn't have filed that lawsuit, we would still be behind those walls.
Wow. Well, thank you for
Big
your
round of applause.
Yeah. His case is one of the most famous cases in the state of Maryland dealing with juvenile justice reform. Yeah, it is.
Wow. So we got some great people. I mean, some great people on the line. Good to know. Tanika, Wedge, are you still with us? Yeah, who are you? How you learned about us? And do you have a technology story to share?
I don't have a technology story to share.
Kiana, you ain't been around. She's the worrisome one. She's Tanika.
I'm the
Put your,
what one?
She's
put
the
your camera on.
graceful one.
No, I just took
Put your,
my jab off.
put your camera on.
Hold on,
Mhm.
I gotta
I
put
see
my
you
jab back
before.
on. Hold on.
I see you before.
Huh? Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
I'm the one that always be wrapped up.
Oh, okay.
And
We can't
social bio. Yeah.
Yeah.
social bio. Okay. I
Yeah.
know you got a technology story. Come on now.
I'll
She
have
got
one.
one. She got one.
How
Everybody.
you gonna say I got one, Willie? I do not have
You
one.
know
Hold
what her
on.
technology story is?
What?
That she asked for the Zoom link for participatory defense every week, and we send it to her. And that's her tech story. And I'm putting your business out there. She
Sometimes
asked
I
me
don't
for
be
the link.
ready. But
The,
Every week she asks me for the link, and we get it, and I get tired of it. And I tell her either scroll down your phone or go to your emails because you got it. That's her tech story. What's next, Mr. Nika?
Well, he told your
He
text.
dropped that
yeah,
dime.
he just put me on blast in front of all these new people that I
Sure
don't
did.
know, man.
Sure did.
Only one that I'm good with was Miss Boom and him and the director of them, man. But hey,
That's her tech story.
hey, tomorrow you guys excuse me. I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna get him back.
Oh, we get Willie. Don't worry about it. We get Willie the
Oh, they
same
get me
way.
all the time.
We get
Trust
him the
me.
same
But no,
way.
I just Willie sent me the link. I got into it. I get into everything that he sent me. Him, Boom, Curling. Anytime they send me a link to come get on, I get on. Actually, I do all the social value classes. I'm at every one. I don't miss one. I don't care if I gotta take off from work, I'm there. But it brought a lot of knowledge. It made me know a lot of stuff. They expunged a lot of things off my record that I thought I never wouldn't get off. I'm still working on one. That's from my last charges in 2019. It's kind of hard, but y'all gonna get it done.
We
Y'all gonna get it done.
we fight, we win. I mean, here we talk about, everybody got a technology story. I mean, and the thing about what valuable lesson is, if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. So
Mm-hmm.
you ain't take nothing else. You ain't tell your story, so Willie told it. But
He telling people business.
everybody made it through COVID. I mean, when COVID first started, we wasn't getting on Zoom calls like that. I mean, everybody has that technology story. You know what I mean? Like we started going to the doctor on, telehealth appointments.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
For your phone on Zoom, you're absolutely right. And guess what? I can go next because for a lot of times the doctor couldn't hear me. I could see her, she could see me, and it wasn't even on my side. It was technically on their shit. They said, I can't, we're just gonna call you on the phone because for whatever reason this not working. But you know, things happen. So I often say my technology joke is me and my sister, right? And I tell Kiana this. So my sister had iPhone everything, right? And I have Android. So she says to me, I texted you this morning. You didn't hit me back. Yeah, I did. I replied back. What are you talking about? I don't have anything from you. She screenshot. Here's my receipt. Well, I got one of them too. I screenshot. I sent my receipt. I said, well, apparently the universe didn't want us to answer each other or for us to hang out today because I didn't get your message after you sent the initial and you didn't get my reply back. So
Yeah, that's been
You
happening.
can screenshot on Android.
Who said that?
you hey Sylvia, stop playing with me.
Oh no.
Right now?
Stop playing with me, Sylvia.
Who's Sylvia? Sylvia.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm about to pull up at her house.
Girl, can you screen? Actually, we can screenshot by doing like this.
That's right.
How about you?
Hold on. I'm so serious. I did not know you can screenshot on Android.
You try to play with me.
Droid like that. If the iPhone go in the water and you don't got insurance on it, what you gonna get? A droid or go broke? Which one you gonna do?
Get another one. Get another one.
Tell
Okay.
her,
You
Kitty.
gonna do vacation until you can get another iPhone. You're gonna get something.
I'm gonna get another one. I got insurance with it.
Look,
That's
look,
what
look,
I
look
pay
at
for.
See,
Alicia.
insurance too, but I'm just saying, if you don't got insurance, you need communication. You're gonna have a droid. You're gonna do
Don't come
something.
for
No, no,
don't
no.
come for my
Back to
don't come for
iPhone.
my
We gonna buy
phone.
the what's it called
No,
refurbished one.
no shade, baby, no shade. I'm just saying I did not know that Androids could screenshot.
She's for real. She's for
Yes, they do screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
real. That's another
She said
technology.
her messages go green. I ain't texting back.
Wow. Y'all, I mean, y'all iPhone people, y'all too much. I can't with
But
y'all.
with iPhones, you can see with an Android when they send a message if they read it, if they didn't. You can see that now. If you got the new update in the Android, if you text an Android phone, you can see if she read it or if it been delivered or not.
Yeah, we
If
not from the ice age, y'all, just so y'all know. Okay. We not from the ice age. And to finish my story, it was so bad. My sister told me, your phone's garbage. Your phone is really garbage. I said, well, I don't want an iPhone. She said, well, you need to bury that one because it just does not work. Shut up, Sylvia. It just does not work. And sadly just to say, I don't want you to feel sorry for me. She passed away after she bought my new phone for me, which was an Android. But let me tell you my joke. I told my mommy, I say, I ought to take the one that she said was a piece of crap, and I ought to put it down in the casket with her and send it with her down. And my mom was like, now what you gonna do if your phone ring? I said I'd happily answer it because she talked about my phone so bad. Yeah.
This is a very generative conversation. I appreciate y'all. I mean, I really do. I think the last person we have is Mr. John Jones. Can you come off you can put your camera on real quick and let us know how you calling in, where you from, how you heard about us, and if you have a technology story. I can't see you. Who you waving at, boom? Oh, the baby. Oh, hey baby. I babysit when I'm home. I just let people know. John Jones, you still on? No? But Willie, do you know this person? Is this the police? Or who's
Do you know John Jones?
I know a Johnny Jones. I know a Johnny
You're not
Jones
saying
very well.
nothing.
John Jones sound like a John Doe. Like it sound like
No, I know a
Good
Johnny
job.
Jones.
Oh,
sound like
Johnny
yeah,
Jones.
Let me hit the
He,
button and request
he
him
holds
to
First
turn
Money
on his
Empowerment.
camera and turn on his and to
I don't
unmute.
know if that's him, Willie.
You don't think that's him?
Mm-mm.
Well, if you,
Okay.
it, well, I'm about to say, but he the feds and he got to go. Hi, pretty baby.
you
Yeah,
gotta, you gotta be
give, give
one
him a
thing.
countdown before you take him out. Countdown, John Jones, before you get up out of here.
Or you get the boot, my ninja.
He got all our goodies now. He got all our names, faces.
I know, right?
We usually do security like when we do PD. If y'all come to our PD call,
Yeah.
we don't play about security because I don't know if y'all remember. Here's another technology story, and I'm gonna let everybody we can get ready to be out for the night. When Zoom first started, and people used to bomb the Zoom, the white people used to come on the calls. Y'all remember? And they would be like, F, 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 they would
Yeah,
start.
they would be hacking. Mm-hmm.
That's why they had passwords, and that's why you can't that's why you have passwords to Zooms now, and you have to have a login because people was just coming on people's link
and talking.
Jumping in people's Zooms.
Don't talk.
Y'all
Don't
remember
talk.
they would just start saying F F F F F F F F F and start writing on.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, look, I do got one technology relevancy. So y'all remember it was one PD I couldn't show up because I was in Hong Kong.
Yes.
The only reason I was able to keep my husband like level is because of the tablet. Because of the GTL text message, I gotta elaborate on that. I can't pretend that tablet has changed the game. That has changed the game. And it's been a few times that he don't even know what to do on that tablet, but then he done got so savvy, he be like, yeah, because now my tablet.
You threw that tablet, huh?
Yeah, he reaching out. He might don't get to the phone, but he can get to that tablet. Send you a message.
Listen, yeah, that's I wasn't even tech. I wasn't when I was locked up. Back in 2016, we didn't have no tablets. We
They
had
had
no.
just got him. They had just got him before I got released.
That was
And I
only.
was like, man, one of the things I told them, like I was at MCIJ, and I said, you guys gonna have to have class on how to use these devices because,
Oh, they figuring it out.
yeah, but
They
they
figuring it
are.
out.
So what they told us is they was gonna bring us up, people who were part of like inmate council, they was gonna bring us up first to teach us and then teach everybody else because I ain't know.
Oh, he
I mean,
didn't
I
even
had some.
believe. He didn't even believe. I'm sorry to cut you off. He didn't even
What?
believe I was in Bali. I had to send pictures. I had to send them
Mm-hmm.
elephants. I had to send them the swing. I had to send them all that. He was like, "You're just not answering the phone. You know, you
In the street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing we was advocating for about before these guys came home, how to start using these computers and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff happened after I came home. 'Cause like I said, computers, oh no, that was a no. I ain't know nothing about them.
Mm.
Like I said, little by little, I'm learning more. But
Wow.
it's still
You
taking
on
a
Zoom
little
with
bit.
us, and you sound clear.
Oh yeah, one thing about it, I learned fast. Yeah, I learned fast how to use them.
That's right.
It's a part of our everyday. Well, y'all, this was a pleasure. We really appreciate y'all coming on. This is the second part of our three-part teaching series. We'll be back again tomorrow night with some more information, some different topics. So please share this with somebody. Don't be selfish. Don't keep this information to yourself. If you know
Yes.
somebody that can benefit from this, share it. We are our sisters and our brothers keepers. You know what I mean? It's our duty to ensure that, we bring somebody along, right? Stop just coming out by yourself and like keeping stuff to yourself. You don't have to be gatekeepers. We work and we operate in abundance, right? So we'll be here tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, you can. She wanna know she can take a picture for TikTok.
Actually, now let me see, make sure it's not. Let me see, make sure. Okay, good. I'm good. Okay.
Okay, I want to ask everybody, and then everybody want to post nice. So.
So just make sure that you're bringing in people. It's our duty. Things are getting more extreme every day. We wake up as Black people. We are becoming. We don't know what is going to bring from one day to the next. With this new administration, we got 4 more years. I mean, damn, I don't even know if we made 100 days with him yet. Is it
We
been
made
100?
a whole
Yes,
life.
yes, it's been 100.
100?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been 100.
Oh yeah, it's 90 because you want to know why? All the executive orders that he did when he first got in, they
Mm-hmm.
all expired 90 days after. So now we in for another whole whirlwind. And so
Yeah.
at the heart of what we do is organized. Is what we're
Mm-hmm.
You think he sleep? I think he sit back with his fingers crossed, sitting back like, how can I punish him today? I don't think he sleep. I don't think he sleep. I don't think he sleep.
Somebody else said that too. Somebody else said they don't think he sleep.
I don't think he sleep. I think the eyes be open and he rest. I don't think he sleep.
As we move this
all night long.
on the 26th, we will be coming together in person. I don't know how many folks have heard of Flick Shop. Our guest speaker will be from Flick Shop. That's Anthony Belton. He will be there. And so Metro will be there and other folks will be there. But now is the time for us to come together and for us to build real community. So I can't express that enough. Here at Life After Release, we are about building transformational, not transactional relationships with people in our community. And so this is a must. This is very, very important. And I thank y'all for coming on and being a part. If you have any ideas for us, let us know. Like, hey, Kiana, I got an idea for this, or I got an idea for this type of project or this program, or I would like to see this happen. We love to hear your ideas. We love to hear what you have to say. And we really appreciate it. Boom, did you want to say anything before we close tonight?
Absolutely. I just want to say, who keep us safe?
Absolutely. Listen, we keep us safe. Technology with the courts.
Yes.
People follow Life After Release, but we fought the courts tooth and nail in order
Yeah.
for Prince George's County to keep
Zoom
access. That's a technology story. When COVID happened, they put everybody on Zoom and then they try to take it away. But guess what? A lot of people, FTA, how many people know what FTA is? A failure to appear, right? A lot of people don't have failure to appear because they just want to have failure to appear. They might have to choose between getting down to Upper Marlboro, which is far as hell. They might have to choose to get to Upper Marlboro or getting food for the day. So, they're like, shoot, forget it. I'm just not gonna make it. But by having technology in place, we can now remove a barrier for an individual who don't have transportation to get to their court date. So we have
Miss Kiana, we also move a barrier when we show up and we support our community. When we change our names and say support for
Yeah.
our people, they
Yeah.
acknowledge us. I noticed that and
Yes.
I love that. They say, well, we see all the support you got, even though we not
Hmm.
there in the physical. They
Right.
know that life out there release in our community is there.
Yeah.
That make me feel good. That make
Yeah.
me feel good. That's why I show up and talk too much. Sorry.
It's all right. Absolutely. And I just want to piggyback on what Kiana said. For instance, the pandemic, I had family that was way down in Virginia. They couldn't get up in a car and come all the way up here for that if it was in person, but they were able to sign on and support my son just by being on Zoom. So I really feel like they need to bring that back because again, families can support if they
Yep.
can just get on.
You
And
can't
that makes a difference.
you can request like we do it, they do it for bail review in Prince George's County, but you can request it if you have a loved one, or you can have your lawyer write a motion. I'm not trying to get into PD, but you can have your lawyer write a motion to be able to get you access, because they got it. Trust me, every courtroom got a big old 80-inch TV that they had. The technology is in place. They've already spent the money. They
Yeah.
have Wi-Fi, they got the Zoom, they got the counts, they got everything. All you have to do is request it.
When they
And
don't want to bring
they
when they
stole
don't want
us
to bring the
out at
loved
the
ones
last
over.
minute. They stole us out when they see us in the lobby waiting. They stole us out just to see if we gonna drop. But when we
Hmm.
come through, it's like, okay, ping, 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 ping. I
We
like
still
how we
gonna hang
show
in
up. I
there.
like how we show up. I love it. I love it. That's technology stories.
That's a
Yes.
technology story. So again, I don't even want to let y'all go. This was so juicy. This was so intimate. This was so real. I really appreciate y'all. I feel like I know all of y'all, a little bit more after tonight. So I thank you. If you need anything, any support, you can reach out to myself, Boom, Willie, and we will get you what you need, or we will figure it out. Because who keep us safe?
We keep
We
us
keep us safe.
safe.
All right, y'all.
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
guys have a wonderful night.
All right. Good night.
Miss Boom, I miss
Yeah.
Kiana.
See you
Bye
later,
bye.
love.
Boom, Willie, Brian, y'all stay on for a break.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I'm right here.
What is wrong?
Oh shoot.
Listen, dog. Listen.
Brian jumped. You got to come back. Let me stop this.
You want which one? You